welcome to Hoop Shooting the Breeze, our show all about the hoop shoot. This week we're scouting the finals weekend and discussing all the fun events we have planned in Chicago. My name is Nathan Springberg. I am the Youth Programs Coordinator at the Hoop Shoot, and this is my colleague.
Makenna. I am the Youth Programs Manager at the Elks National Foundation.
And we're excited to welcome you guys to the National Finals Preview Show.
It's so exciting to be back on the show. It has been a long hiatus since I've been on Hoop Shooting the Breeze.
It has been a little bit, so we're excited to have Makenna back on the show and giving her the platform to share all the fun stuff we have planned for this finals weekend. Let's jump right into it. Thursday, we have a great start to the weekend on Thursday. So when finalists come in, there's going to be a bunch of cool hoop shoot swag for them. We got the trading cards, we have the best swishes, we have a custom like hoop shoot box for them. So just a bunch of stuff. What's your favorite about the hoop shoot swag that we provide?
Man, it's hard to pick one thing because I think we provide so much cool stuff on arrival day at the finals. Like they get there, they're thrilled to be there. But I have to say, I love the trading cards. And one of my favorite things about the trading cards is that I also get a trading to swap with all the finalists. So I'm super excited because this is my trading card for this year. They come in these awesome custom boxes as well that has the picture of the trading card on the front.
Yep.
Which is new this year. Like we have not had these custom boxes before. We're so excited about that. So this is a quick preview to all the trading card fans out there of what these will look like this year.
And the trading cards are just always such a hit. I love seeing them. I love getting the opportunity to trade with them. And there's always a couple stories after the finals, I feel like, where one of the kids traded with someone on the street, like something so random, and they just wanted to have their trading card, which is so cool.
That's so great because our hotel every year, we've been back to the same hotel a few times now in Chicago, one of the classic Hiltons in the city, and there's a couple restaurants on site, and sometimes when we're having lunch, we'll mention that we're part of the hoop shoot. And one time a waitress was so excited to hear that we were coming back with the finals that she showed us all of the trading cards she'd collected from finalists from the year prior and was so excited to add to her collection. So it's a huge deal, and it's a huge deal to people outside of the program too. They're so excited to have her back.
She had the trading cards on her, not knowing that we were coming. Like that's crazy. So
wow.
It's just such a cool thing, and we're lucky to also have ours, and we look forward to trading with all the competitors there. And then also happening on Thursday, we have an open gym time at East West University. It's just a rock toss away from the Hilton Chicago, and we can walk over there. And they're 1 to 5 p.m. Central Time for the practice gym. We will provide basketballs. We have the Wilson Evolution basketballs. We have plenty of them, so no need to bring your own. And so head on over for some practice before the big weekend. And then Thursday night, we have trading card swap and trivia night. Could you explain a little bit more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. This is something new we're doing for the families on site at the finals. We're really, really excited about it. We love a healthy competition in the hoop shoot, obviously. So what better way to kind of shake off the nerves, get to know each other, compete a little bit before the big competition than some family-friendly trivia. So for the families heading to Chicago, they'll be able to group up into teams to compete in some trivia that's going to be based a little bit about sports, a little bit about fun, for some prizes, which is really cool. And also, of course, the kids can swap their trading cards, and it's their first chance to really see the competitors from across the nation, which is really cool.
Yeah. And I believe we'll have some snacks for the kids as well at trivia night. It's going to be a lot of fun, just hanging out, getting to know each other, and a great start to the weekend. Let's jump over to Friday. We have Friday morning, we have the practice gym, and you can check the playbook or the app under the resource center in the app. We have the schedule for each region. You'll have a selected time slot. It'll be 45 minutes, starting, I believe, at 7:30. And going up until our Friday Fun Fest, which is the Cubs game. Wrigley Field. We're going to historic Wrigley Field for the hoop shoot. And kind of, can you let us know a little bit about that?
I'm very excited. I've been in Chicago for a lot of years now, and I've actually never been to Wrigley Field. So the finalists are going before me to Wrigley, which is super cool. And they're going to be able to see an MLB game against the Miami Marlins, which is really cool. Of course, like we're just thrilled that the Cubs are home and have a game day that is available for everybody that we can do this with. I think it's going to be really fun, very classic Chicago experience for all of the guests. Everyone's welcome, families, Elks, all of our guests in attendance, fans, and I think it'll be a really cool way to see a part of Chicago and Chicago history too.
Right. Absolutely. I I love Wrigley Field. I'm a Cubs fan, so it's a big deal for me. I'm very excited about this.
How many games have you been to, Nathan, at Wrigley?
A lot. Like growing up as a kid, I always went to Wrigley Field, so I've been to plenty of games. And just the aura of Wrigley Field is really special, and I think it's going to be a great experience for all the families and the Elks to join along and share that experience. So really excited for that. Our seats, I believe, are on the first base line, 200 section under the overhang. So be aware, if the weather we don't know in Chicago in April.
That's one of the things about hosting a springtime event in Chicago is that it can be 75 and sunny and gorgeous like it was, I think last year when we were here for the finals. And then we've had finals where it has snowed. It has snowed on contest day. So you never know what you're gonna get.
We need to be knocking on wood.
Right.
We need to be knocking on wood.
Everybody do like a fingers crossed, double crossed for us that we have perfect weather. I think we should have maybe purchased in the Farmer's Almanac for this year to check. But I think it'll be great. It's going to be super fun.
One other quick note I want to share about Friday is the Elks Memorial Building will be open. So if anyone's interested in seeing some history about the order, and there's even some hoop shoot stuff here at the Memorial Building, feel free to come on in.
You can see this painting in person. I'm actually in Memorial, we're both in the Memorial Building today. So we recommend families, fans alike, especially Elks fans that haven't been up here yet, to check it out because it'll be open and we'll have buses running to and from the hotel to the memorial.
So that's definitely a cool opportunity, and if you have the time, I recommend visiting for sure. And then Friday night. So Friday night after the Fun Fest, maybe you get a little break in there, a little rest, but we have a movie night, relaxing. We have some snacks, I believe five movies to choose from. We'll see which one we end up with. But this is something new as well. Could you explain a little bit about
We're really excited. So because the Fun Fest is a little bit of a departure from Fun Fests of years prior, where we would do, an evening event. This is, there's more time built into the evening now with the day game. The Cubs is, at 1:20 in the afternoon. So instead, we decided we would have the option to host a movie night at the hotel for any families that are looking to kind of kick their feet up, relax, take a deep breath before the big day, and do something fun. And, also you're right in the hotel, so you can watch a movie for a little bit, you can go head up to bed early, tuck in, lots less stress. And like you said, we're asking the finalists to vote on what family-friendly movie they would like to watch. So we've got some good choices in there. I personally am rooting for Air Bud, which is a classic.
That's good. That's interesting. That's good to know. That was my number two. My number one's Like Mike.
Like Mike
was one of my favorites growing up. So that's the one I'm cheering for. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. I think that might be a generational divide. I think I'm the Air Bud generation, and you might be the Like Mike.
Yeah. And also just growing up, because it was like MJ shoes, that type of thing, Chicago. So
that makes sense. Yeah, I grew up with the golden retriever, so Air Bud, near and dear.
There you go.
To my heart. So awesome.
Great connection.
I can't wait for the movie. I think it'll be a really
I think I think it's going to be great for the families and the kids just to relax for the big day instead of having that night event can sometimes be hectic and it's a lot
Yeah,
going on and you're thinking about the contest, that's why you're here and all that. So I think it'll be great to have the movie night and just relax. So
I agree.
really
I
excited.
agree.
All right, let's move on to the big day. Saturday, we'll start out with breakfast early in the morning.
Mhm.
6:30 to 8 is breakfast. Make sure you get your breakfast in. And then after that, we will head on over to the contest. And do you want to break down the contest schedule for us?
Yeah, we'll talk about this contest schedule. I mean, again, one of the coolest parts about the contest is that we are at Wintrust Arena. So I
Right.
can't be remiss to not start with that we're back at Wintrust. We're going to be at Wintrust through 2026. We're contracted through, which is amazing. Like it's such a relief to be contracted at such an amazing venue too for so many years. So it's awesome. And then in terms of schedule, we start off bright and early, as you know, Nathan, and as a lot of our fans, Hoop Shoot fans know, the national finals is a long day. There's 12 kids, per
Yeah.
division,
It,
times two that have to shoot. And even though we have the division, girls and boys competing on different ends of the gym, that's still 3 divisions that need to happen throughout the day. And of course, we provide everyone a break for lunch because otherwise you'd be starving.
yes.
So we kick off 8 and 9-year-olds will start at 9, 10 to 11-year-olds immediately follow. We have that lunch break. And then at 1:30, we'll have the 12, 13-year-old division start off, which is, it's a long day, but it's a good day.
Yeah. It is a long day and it's just a lot of fun. And for me personally, I think the contest is just so unique. And for it to be in Wintrust, going back to that point, is
Yeah.
so cool. It's such a unique vibe with no noise in a big 10,000 seat arena, people you don't know watching you, and it's just so cool to hear the ball bounce in
Oh
the
yeah.
rim and all that stuff. So I
It's
love
super,
Wintrust Arena.
yeah.
The contest is great. We also do have a halftime show, right?
Yes, we do have a halftime show. I'm not sure we're supposed to disclose who the halftime show is. So mom's the word on that one, but it is very cool and it's also very relevant to Wintrust this year. So
Okay.
that'll be really cool. I think it's a hometown theme on the halftime show. So you'll have to stay tuned on our
Yeah.
social platforms to see who is performing this year at
We'll
lunchtime, which is
we'll be
cool.
looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Another thing I wanted to touch on briefly before we move on is the Getty Powell and Basketball Hall of Fame connection, and just
Mhm.
the champions and what they get to experience if they do come out on top of the finals weekend is they get to get their name in a shrine at the Basketball Hall of Fame, and they get to potentially experience the ceremony at the Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts. So last year, Morgan Mealy and Tommy Goodell actually got to go to
Mhm.
the ceremony and got to meet the likes of Dwayne Wade and Dirk
Yeah.
Nowitzki and some other legends and things like that. So there's just such a knowing that that's on the line also
Mhm.
provides such a cool environment at the contest.
Yeah, I mean, what other sports programs do you know of for youth sports where the champions are put into the sport hall of fame, like the sport, the
The
basketball
actual
hall of fame?
basketball Hall of Fame.
Right, right. And I've been to Springfield to see our exhibit in person, and it's really slick. I mean, it is a touch screen digital display. You can see the pictures of everybody, their scores, learn a little bit about them because their trading
Mhm.
card is put in there too, which is cool. So it's there for posterity. And like you said, like it just adds, I think, another element to the program that is, beyond like just the great accolades these kids,
It's different. Yeah. It's just
are able
there's
to do.
something different about it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I also will say that like not only are we talking about the Basketball Hall of Fame, but at the contest we will also be inducting our new Hoop Shoot Hall of Fame class, which is
Right.
great too.
Yeah.
We'll be announcing those names here in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned on our social platforms and on our newsletters and such. for those folks. But it's an exciting day because we have, past competitors that are being inducted as, Hoop Shoot legends, contributors, volunteers, along with the new class of champions. Like, it's a very cool experience for everybody.
And speaking of celebrating Hoop Shoot legends, the awards banquet will happen after the contest, and that will be at 6:30 to 8. Doors open at 6. And so that's just highlighting the grit that's gone on throughout the year and celebrating all the competitors, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And can you maybe tease a little something about?
Oh yeah, this is you're hearing it here first, folks. We have the inside exclusive on this, which is really cool. Our keynote speaker is a hometown hero, actually. So he is the coach at Northwestern, which is a Big Ten program, really cool. Chris Collins will be speaking at the banquet for everybody.
Yeah, so Chris Collins, that's breaking news. Chris Collins will be speaking at the awards banquet for us. He's the Northwestern coach, as Makenna said, and he's regarded as one of the better coaches in the Big Ten and maybe the country. He was a former Big Ten Coach of the Year in 2022-23. He's also led Northwestern potentially here to the, I mean, you will know by the time this airs, but for the first time ever going back-to-back NCAA tournaments. They've never done that in their program history. So he's incredibly successful, and it's going to be a real honor to have him speak at our awards banquet.
I'm so excited. I feel like from like hearing a little bit about his story, he can really speak to having grit and determination to improve, for himself and for obviously the Northwestern program too, which is what we want to hear about, especially with our finalists as well.
Yeah, I think that it really encapsulates the Hoop Shoot program with the Northwestern program. Northwestern's a really hard place to win basketball games or sports in general because of their academic standards. Like that puts a hold on it. But he's done it. So he's pushed through some barriers, and I think that he'll have a great way to connect to Hoop Shoot kids at the awards banquet.
I can't wait. I mean, what a weekend.
Yeah, it's a great weekend. It's honestly so much fun. I think I'm very excited for all the events. The Cubs game, I'm so excited for that as a Cubs fan. But yeah, it's gonna be so great. And then Sunday will be departure from Chicago, and we'll head our ways. And I really hope that everyone, whether they won or lost, goes home with memories that they can share for the rest of their lives, really.
Yeah, I think that they will. I think that's like part of the program, there's 72 national finalists that arrive in Chicago and 6 champions that walk home with the title, but all of the other kids, all 66 other kids and the 6 champs do walk away with that new sense of purpose, the drive, determination, if they're still eligible to come back for next year and succeed, or taking that on to their next endeavors. We have like the Hoop Shoot Hall of Fame inductees, they've gone on to do other sports, other great things with their careers. And a lot of them attribute that to the Hoop Shoot program, which is awesome.
Yeah, 100%. And looking forward to it. But that will wrap up the weekend, highlighting the weekend in the overview. And we'll be, sooner or later, we're going to be there. So it's coming. It's
jam-packed, which is so exciting. And I want to just plug real quick, if you're thinking about this, you're an Elk and you're watching this, you're not a finalist family, and you're like, whoa, I wish I could go. You can come. Come to the Hoop Shoot National Finals. We'd love to have you support the finalists this year in Chicago. Registration is available on our website. Maybe one of our tech people can put the link in here at one of these corners right here. And yeah, come register and join us. It is open until April 1st, which is not a fool. It's not a trick. April 1st is the deadline to register for the finals. So if you liked what you heard, come out and see it in person.
Yep. And you can also register on site, but there will be a $5 surcharge for all the events. So just keep that in mind. All right. Well, thank you for hopping back on the Hoop Shooting the Breeze show, Makenna. I appreciate it.
To dust it off again and come back.
We'll have to have you back. We'll have to have you back every year. Well, we'll be back later this month for an announcement of the final shooting order. Monday Madness. So that will be live on Monday, April 15th at 5 p.m., correct?
Yes, 5 p.m. Central on this YouTube channel. Yeah.
Yep, on the Elks National Foundation YouTube channel. So thank you again, but be sure to subscribe, like the video, and comment if you enjoyed what we had to share for you today. And best wishes, everyone.
Best wishes.